Have you ever sat staring at your screen, wanting to focus but feeling lost? It's frustrating, right? Once, we could immerse ourselves in tasks for hours without distractions. Can you remember that? Now, 5 minutes feels like an eternity. Why is that? We're overwhelmed by constant stimuli. It's not just you. Our brains have changed, and it's not just because we want them to. It's daily distractions. We need to confront this reality. When did focusing on a simple task become so hard? Let's be honest, the truth is we must find a way back to simplicity. It's time for a change. I look at my phone again, another notification. I sigh, knowing this cycle of interruption isn't just tiring. It's my new normal. I remind myself, today is the day I'll focus. I close all tabs and put my phone away. Just breathing, taking a moment, but the silence feels heavy. I crave the distraction. It's like a part of me is missing. Can I be productive without chaos? Think back to when focusing was natural. Was it the new responsibilities, or did I just forget how to embrace quiet? I stand up, needing a break. Walking outside, the fresh air hits me. A brief escape from the noise of my thoughts. Suddenly, I notice a bird singing. It's simple, yet it grounds me. This small moment of connection makes me smile. I realize focusing starts from appreciating these small moments. It's not about working harder, but about being present. Walking back inside, I adjust my workspace. I declutter, removing distractions. Simplicity starts here, doesn't it? Setting a goal, I decide to focus on just one task today. It's a small step, but it feels significant. As I dive into my work, I feel the pull of distractions again, but I resist. I hold on to that moment outside. Time passes. I lose myself in the task. In this small achievement, I sense a shift, a hint of satisfaction. Maybe focus isn't about eliminating distractions entirely. It's about choosing where to direct our energy. I take a moment to breathe, feeling the cool air fill my lungs. There's something refreshing about stepping away from the screen. What if, instead of scrolling, I listen to my thoughts? Could I find clarity in this stillness? My phone buzzes, and I feel that familiar pull. It's tempting to check, but I resist. I recall how easy it is to chase distractions, but today feels different. I want to break that cycle. As I sit down with a notebook, the blank page stares back. It feels heavy, yet full of potential. Writing down my thoughts, words flow slowly. Each one unearthed feels like a small victory. The temptation to jump back online remains, lurking in the corners of my mind. But today, I choose to keep my attention here, on this page, in this moment. It's a choice. With every word, I feel layers of pressure lifting, revealing clarity I've long sought. Sudden laughter from outside pulls me from my thoughts. I get up to see kids playing. Their joy reminds me of simpler times. It's a beautiful distraction, one that feels right. I realize I don't have to ignore distractions. I can choose which ones to embrace. Maybe it's about balance, finding joy in little moments without losing sight of my goals. I sit again, ready to write, inspired not just by my thoughts, but life's simple joys. Writing about these moments, I find meaning hidden in the mundane, sparking a deep connection. But with this connection comes the awareness of the distractions still vying for my attention. I pause, contemplating my relationship with these distractions. What do they truly provide? Scrolling gives a quick rush, but it leaves me empty. I want more than fleeting moments. In this quiet, in realizing the depth of my desires, far beyond surface level satisfaction. I jot down my reflections, understanding now that this journey requires patience and effort. Life, after all, isn't about constant highs. It's about the meaningful work we put in to feel a wave of motivation. The path ahead isn't easy, but it feels rewarding already. And so, I make a pledge to pursue these meaningful moments, however fleeting they may be. Now, it's time to decide, will I continue seeking the depth or yield to the distraction? I glance at my screen, heart racing, the blank page daunting. Will I dive deeper or retreat into distractions? The phone buzzes, a familiar pull, but I breathe and remind myself this moment matters. I turn my phone upside down. It's time to acknowledge my fear of deep thinking. Suddenly, I recall the joy of a deep conversation with a friend, laughter shared over coffee. These moments teach me the value of connection. I need to create my own. I pick up my pen, ready to ink my thoughts. It feels like freedom. Each word flows, paragraphs form. I realize discomfort leads to growth. The challenge of focus pulls at me, but I push against it. I am on a journey. With every stroke of my pen, I confront my resistance, embracing the journey ahead. I visualize the life I want, the connections I crave. They all start here, in this moment. What if I choose depth over distraction? What would that look like? I take a deep breath, ready to commit. Today, I choose to pursue what truly matters. I sit at my desk, hands poised over the keyboard, feeling the weight of the silence. It's a strange kind of pressure that urges me forward. I take a moment, allowing the stillness to seep into me. What if this is where I truly connect with each thought? The distractions creep in, whispers of the outside world, but I push them aside. Focus. I remind myself, just breathe. I type the first sentence. It flows easily, and I feel a spark of joy. This is what I'm meant to do. But then self-doubt emerges, gnawing at my confidence. What if it's not good enough? I pause, but choose to move forward. As I lean into the process, I realize that overcoming this discomfort is the very essence of creation. It's all connected. Have you noticed how hard it is to concentrate these days? Every ping pulls us away, battling for our attention. It's not just a habit. It feels like a maze. Each turn leads us deeper into confusion and clutter. Think about it. When was the last time you spent an hour without interruptions? It's rare, isn't it? We crave clarity, but distractions seem to expand, filling every available moment of our lives. This pattern isn't just irritating. It shapes our reality, impacting our choices and thoughts. So, what does this struggle reveal? Maybe it's time to ask ourselves where we truly want to focus. I take a deep breath, staring at my screen as notifications ping pregnant. Can I silence the noise for just a moment? With determination, I turn my phone upside down. Maybe distraction needs a break. Just me and my thoughts. Yet, even in silence, I feel restlessness. It's as if my mind is trapped in a loop, fighting for attention. I take another breath, forcing my eyes to the task at hand. Is this really what I want to focus on? Suddenly, I remember a quote, "You only truly focus on what matters." What does that mean for me? Doubt creeps in. I hear the familiar whisper, "Just check your phone." It's tempting, but I resist. I remind myself focus is a choice. I have the power to decide where my energy goes, right here, right now. What if I channel this energy into something real? I could write, create, or simply reflect. The thoughts begin to flow. Words spill onto the page, and I feel lighter, unburdened by chaos. Then a small voice asks, "Is this what you truly want?" I pause. Maybe this clarity is the answer I seek. Reflection breeds awareness. I understand now it's okay to step back. It's okay to just be. So what will I do next? The choice is mine to make, but clarity feels like a new beginning. I sit in silence and the hum of my thoughts begins. Each one bounces around, looking for a way out. Why is it so hard to just be still? A cup of coffee sits beside me, steam rising. I realize how much I rely on this ritual to fill the emptiness. Does it distract or soothe? I glance at my phone. Messages buzz like impatient flies, each one demanding my attention, but I hold back. What am I really avoiding? The buzzing grows louder, but I take a deep breath. It's a choice. I can watch the chaos or step away from it. What would that feel like? I open a notebook, blank pages staring back. What if I write instead? What if I fill this space with my own thoughts? As I scribble down my worries, they start to lose their grip. Each word feels like a small victory. In reclaiming this moment, I pause, glancing at the clock. Time feels elusive. Am I wasting it or finally using it wisely? The answer isn't clear yet. Suddenly, the silence feels less intimidating. It's space for clarity, for reflecting on choices I've made and the ones ahead. I pick up my coffee again. It's still warm, just like my thoughts. They linger on what truly matters. Conversations I need to have. What if I didn't just talk into the void? What if I reached out? A text, a call, a heartbeat shared instead of just noise. I type a message, hesitating. My fingers hover above the screen. Will it lead to connection or rejection? The risk feels real. But isn't risk where real feelings begin? Without it, I stay stuck in silence, surrounded by echoes of unspoken words. I hit send. The moment feels electric. It's not perfect, but it's real. What comes next isn't up to me alone anymore. As I await a reply, the uncertainty creeps in. What if they don't respond? The silence can be deafening, can it? Then, a ping. My heart races. It's them. It could be just a few words, but each one carries meaning and possibility. I read the message. It's simple yet profound. Here's a person willing to engage, to connect. Am I ready for this? I take a deep breath again. This is where the journey takes a turn. Conversations can spark change, but will I embrace it? Suddenly, the room feels different. The silence isn't just a void. It's a space to create something significant, something real. Each choice feels weighted now. Will I keep moving forward or let fear hold me back? The power lies neatly in my hands. With a smile, I realize that the quiet can be inviting. It's a canvas for thoughts and connections, if I let it be. So, what will I do next? It's a question filled with possibilities. A new dialogue begins with every choice I make. The reality is, silence spoke. It challenged me. It pushed me to see beyond the distractions, to embrace what's inside. And now, clarity is not just a phase. It's a lasting choice. Am I willing to live with this awareness? That's the essence. The life we crave starts with our choices. What do you choose? Silence can be the beginning of something beautiful. I sit in silence, the pen hovering over the paper. There's a weight in the air, a moment filled with potential. My heart races. Thoughts swirl in my mind. I realize I am letting distractions pull me away from what matters. I take a deep breath. I put down the pen, battling the urge to reach for my phone. It's a familiar struggle, one that has defined me. In that moment, I hear the soft ticking of a clock. Each tick is a reminder of time slipping away as I wait. Step back and reflect. Am I truly in control, or has my need to multitask made me feel trapped? I remember the times I've rushed through tasks only to feel empty. That's not who I want to be anymore.
So I ask myself, what if I give each task my full attention? What could I discover in that focus? With renewed determination, I pick up the pen again. This time, I let the words flow without hesitation. I notice how the page fills up, the words becoming clearer. Each thought is a step toward clarity. As I write, I feel a shift within. The silence isn't empty, it's a space of possibility waiting for me. In this confident rhythm, I realize the life I crave isn't a distant dream, but a choice being made in this very moment. What will I choose next? The path unfolds ahead, and it starts with embracing the power of focus. I take a deep breath, my heart steady. I recognize the familiar distractions creeping in. Instead of resisting, I welcome them as learning moments. As noise swirls around me, I remind myself distractions are just signals. They show where my focus needs to shift and grow. With each task I tackle, I feel the weight lift. It's about embracing the process, recognizing that growth happens in small moments. I pause to reflect. Are these distractions really obstacles? Or are they opportunities to learn something new about myself? I choose to be proactive, taking control of my environment. I close unnecessary tabs and silence my phone thighs is my time. In this moment, clarity surfaces. What will I create now? The possibilities are endless if I embrace this newfound focus.